Not Pluto.
This lock got me stuck up in orbit. New chick back straight out of portrait. Big ass, little waist, no corset. Black card on me, no wallet. Everything on me designer. The seats and the whips, they reclining. For leaf on the wrist, perfect timing. With flash hair while I'm driving. This lock got me stuck up in orbit. New chick back straight out of portrait. Big ass, slim waist, no corset. Black card on me, no wallet. Everything on me designer. The seats and the whips, they reclining. For leaf on the wrist, perfect timing. With flash hair while I'm driving. I'm way up. She's imported. Head good, she get rewarded. Trip trip, placing no Portland. You simmering, I'm scorching. About that action, fuck the talking. I'm full throttle, you stalling. You just a local nigga. My sound from Paris to New Orleans. I stay away from the beat, but I want all of the smoke. Became a CEO while on the run for parole. I don't be loving these hoes. I fuck them the murder she wrote.
Waking Dank, we live in direct. You already know who I am. Notesmith in the building. We got Maxx, Calzz in the building. What's good there, Maxx?
What's happening? Everything
You already
good?
know it's, oh yes, Veterans Day, Season 2, Episode 5. We have a great episode ahead of you, episode ahead of you. It's Veterans Day. Thank you all that have served, past, present, future, across the seas and abroad. Man, we finna go straight to Q in that favorite song by Kilo V.
My weed is gang, 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 gang. Man, my weed is gang, 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 gang. Man, my weed is gang. Watch me count these ounces, man. I swear I love the green. I'm smoking on some shit right now. I call it nigga, please. Stick it like maple trees, greener than collard greens. I wish a nigga would try to tell me about some trees.
A lot has went down in the sport since we've been on last. Man, a lot has gone down. Am I wrong there, Maxx?
Depends on what you're talking about, G.
I mean, you got possible trades. You got coaches got hired. You got turmoil with the Nets. You got man, it's a turmoil. You got Aaron Rodgers coming out there just saying, I'm a 2-time MVP. Like that really matters. Congratulations. You got regular seasons, accolades. You got the Vikings. We're going to talk about the Vikings, man. You got Kirk Cousins, quarterback rating 90%. The Vikings are 7-1. Justin Jefferson, nearly 900 yards midseason. Are they for real? We're going to talk about Kanye. Not in a bad way, by no means whatsoever. And we also have the Maxx review, man. We finna take off with the NBA scores. Hey, Maxx, you go kick off with those NBA scores there, Pippin?
I think you said the NBA scores there. Yeah. What you got?
Score.
All right. We're waiting on notes to get back, y'all. Let's see what we got for
the NBA scores across the board. The NBA scores across the board. You already know what time it is. You got the Trailblazers. They just beat the Pelicans. They remain 9. They actually go up 9-3. That's a crazy, crazy squad right there. 9-3. The Trailblazers, the Magic beat. Yes, the Magic beat the Mavericks. You got the Nuggets beating the Pacers. You got the Trailblazers beating the Hornets. Celtics beating the Pistons. Raptors beating the Rockets. The Jazz beating the Hawks. The Nets. Man, we're going to talk about the Nets here in a minute. The Nets beat the dog crap out of the Knicks. The Bucks beat the Thunder. The Pelicans beat the Bulls. The Grizzlies beat the Spurs. The Suns beat the Timberwolves. We're not even talking about the Lakers. Y'all know what happened with there. We're not even going to discuss the Lakers. We're not even going to do that. The Kings beat the Cavaliers. The Wizards beat the Mavericks. The Hawks beat the 76ers. The Heat beat the Hornets. We're going to talk about the Heat here soon. And there are games coming up here. One of the marquee games that I want to see, even though he's out, as Paulo is out. But I want to see the Suns against the Magic. And I also want to see how Jokic goes against the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics are looking still good at this time with their coach and everything going on right now. But we're going to kick it off with that Jock. We're going to talk about Jock. If you don't know who Jock is, Jock is now the new coach for the Brooklyn Nets. Okay? They hired him. He's not the intern anymore. They hired him. Okay? Jock. Okay? Jock, a go. M.A., a no. All right? Mr. Marsh, the GM for the Nets, he said that Jock was the most qualified coach that they could, get for the job. That's crazy that you say that, saying that Jock's been on the roster for 6 years. He was there before Steve Nash. So if he was the most, qualified coach for the job, he would have possibly got the job then. No. Let's talk about the other qualified coaches that are out there. Quinn Snyder. People ever heard of him from Utah? They only been to the playoffs a couple times. Frank Vogel, championship Lakers. No one's ever heard of him. He's even qualified. Juwan Howard from Michigan. He almost got the Laker job and numerous jobs around the league. He's also qualified. Mike D'Antoni, New York Knicks, Houston Rockets. He's pretty qualified. What about, he's also a consultant for the Pelicans. Sam Cassell. What about Terry Stotts? People don't forget about Terry Stotts from the Trailblazers. He took him, he took it to the playoffs a lot of years, 8 actually, in a row, other than Udoka. How do you feel about, I think Mars, that GM that they have at Brooklyn, he's created a mess. Like, they have that whole Brooklyn thing just all in a mockery right now. Like, totally in a mockery right now. For him to even say, I think a lot of times in analysts and commentators are saying that the GM for the Nets talks out of his rear end a lot of times. He needs to read off a teleprompter. And why isn't he gone? If I'm not mistaken, why isn't he gone? All right. How do you feel about that there, Max?
I don't really have an opinion towards the Nets situation, man. I think they just need to get it together. I think they got a lot of front of house issues.
Yeah.
Jock has been on the roster. I think it's good that they promoted from within. But I do think there were other coaches out there, like you said, like Quinn Snyder, who probably could have made a case for the job. But I think a lot of coaches might not want the job. So
you are correct. Now, I'm glad you said that because, it's crazy that they wouldn't want the job with the Brooklyn Nets with the roster how it's filled. You got Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Kyrie Irving playing, actually. Averaging 26 points per game this year. You got Kevin Durant showing out as well. The team is solid. Ben Simmons, he came back for 16 minutes. He did what he had to do for 16 minutes the other day. Do you feel like Jock is the answer? Do you think he will, mold them together?
I think they're already molded together from the sake of last year, the stuff that they had to go through last year. I don't know if a coach is going to be the person. I don't know if just the coaching is what's going to change the Nets organization around.
Okay.
They got some interior stuff to talk about. Still don't see them releasing Kyrie, and just they got to get it together. Nah.
You don't see it happen? Mm-hmm. Okay. That leads us right into the next segment. There's a lot of speculation going around. And it was on Bleacher Report, it was on NBA.com, it was on ESPN.com. And I was kind of happy, but I was also kind of mad. What the hell? We've went down this low? Good gosh, Kyle Lowry for Westbrook and a draft pick? Come on, Kyle Lowry 41 years old.
Only one of those people has a championship.
Kyle Lowry 41 years old. Kyle Lowry is 41 years old, or 39, something like that. 41. Okay.
Only one of those people has a championship.
That is great. That is great that he won it over there with Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors. But what has he really done over there with the Miami Heat? Please enlighten me there, Max. What has he done with the Miami Heat?
Play point guard.
Okay, what has he done?
What is he supposed to do?
He was injured once, right? 1 year.
Well,
He's been there how many years?
No, he was injured when he first got there. He didn't play when he first got there because he was injured. Okay,
and he was injured in the playoffs last year.
Yeah,
year. He was limited minutes because he had an injury, hamstring.
Yeah, it's the same injury. Yeah.
So, is it really worth it, Kyle Lowry for Westbrook? Truthfully worth it? Is it? listen, I don't want this trade. I want the Utah trade. I want Jordan Clarkson. You know what I'm saying? I want Mike Conley. I don't think they'll break them up now, even though they're like 7-3 right now on top of the West. I don't think they're gonna break that shit up. They lost in that, and they had it across the board. You got the Buddy Hield. You know what I'm saying? You can have the Buddy Hield trade. What do you think? Do you think